Hey guys, I'm back at it again today, hitting it early this morning before work, and yeah, I'm glad to be out here. It feels great. Today I'm back out here in the Saucony Tempus ViziGold's that I was out here in yesterday, and they are fantastic shoes. So I'm out here again, going at 119 beats per minute cadence in my fast walk, and hopefully that will put me up to zone 2 for this morning. I do want to report that I did have some more weight loss. I lost a couple pounds, got on the scale. It was yesterday. Now, I will admit something. Yesterday, I went to the store and bought a jar of peanut butter. No big deal. So without thinking about it, I had a few teaspoons of that. Probably about, if I'm being more realistic, about 4 or 5. Not really thinking about it, just kind of eating it out of the jar. Nobody else was going to be eating that kind, and so it was all mine. And I went for it. Then I had a moment of clarity, and I was thinking, you know, there is a lot of protein in each tablespoon, but let's check out the caloric density of this food. You know, I did not realize how calorically dense that crap was. I knew it was like bad, but I didn't know it was that bad. Like 180 calories for a teaspoon, or no, it wasn't teaspoon. I hope to God it wasn't teaspoon. Tablespoon, you know? So 180 calories, guys. So you basically have 2 of those things, and that's like a meal almost. And so I added up the calories from within the little jar, just a little jar, and it said that it had like 18 servings at 180 calories a piece. You do the math. That's a lot, guys. Last night I broke out one of my MREs for fun, so my little boy would have a chance to try it. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's meals ready to eat, and it was actually really good. It was like a Mexican beef stew kind of thing, a shredded chicken, like a tortilla stew kind of thing. But those things, all of that food is loaded in sodium. But he loved it. He loved using the flameless heater and trying all of the different foods. He absolutely loved going through it and trying everything. Strangely enough, it came with a like some Pop-Tarts, basically what would have been Pop-Tarts, and it was wrapped in a hard brown plastic, as typical for most of the military grade items. And then but once you open that, it was packaged in like a cellophane, and that silver cellophane, some of it had came off onto the Pop-Tart. The Pop-Tart had lost its integrity. It was just crumbled. It was a crumbled mess. It was not good. It did not look good. It just really wasn't safe to eat. I've been at this for 15 minutes now, and I'm still not up in zone 2 quite yet. I kind of not looking forward to my early morning walks to turn into early morning jogs just to be able to get the heart rate up. So on this weight loss journey, I had gotten down to about 232, and I'd love to be there, but then I went on vacation and I picked up 8 pounds. The following week I lost 4, then I picked 2 of those pounds back up, and so now I'm down to a point where I'm about 4 pounds higher than my lowest. And I've decided to make some changes in terms of prioritization. See, I managed to lose 2 pounds this week, but I didn't really think about it at all. I was prioritizing proper protein in the diet, making sure that I had enough for optimum muscle growth and to support my weightlifting workouts. I wasn't like afraid of the scale at any point in time. It wasn't like I was saying, oh, I can't eat this meal tonight because I have a weigh-in tomorrow. I decided, wait, why am I doing this to myself? Let me live a normal life. And then when I feel like, just within myself, I look down at my stomach, I see, oh, I'm not bloated today. Or I think to myself, did I like pig out last night? maybe the next morning isn't the time to weigh in. But just when I'm feeling things are good at the moment, got on the scale and I'm like, okay, that reflects. And it's a really nice positive change. The other factor is how do I feel? Do I feel like garbage? I mean, if I report to you guys that I've lost 5 pounds and I feel like total dog turds, is that 5 pound weight loss, would it have been worth it in the moment? I don't know, because it might mean that I'm severely dehydrated. So I've decided that from here on out, I'm going to prioritize optimum nutrition, even in the even if that is in opposition of the weight loss for the short term. Now, I don't want to see trends. So if I step on the scale and I notice, oh crap, I went up 3 pounds that week. And then the next week, oh crap, I went up 3 pounds that week. Okay, we might want to dial things in and move things back. But I can tell you, by me not thinking about the scale whatsoever and just eating clean, I was able to lose a couple pounds within the week, and it just felt good. The body felt good doing it. So why wouldn't I want to continue that trend? What I would find is that a lot of times for the weigh-ins, I would strategically withhold like water maybe in the evenings the night before, or I would make sure that I'm cutting out sodium for that meal right before, just stuff like that. Or if I got on the scale as a check the night before and I noticed that I wasn't going to have the weight loss that I wanted, maybe I skipped that meal that night. But why would I do that? Because I get on the scale and I get the numbers that I want, but then my body's still going to crave all of that stuff that it had before. And once I give in, and my body's just going to go back up to that natural size that it wants to be at. So while I might report a 3 pound weight loss, for instance, for the week, I could easily pick that up literally that day, after I reported the numbers, So then it begins another week of having to try to lose that weight again, and that's just stupid. So like I said, I'm about 4 pounds above my lowest point in this journey. For me right now, that's a good place to be. And I'm not doing anything strenuous or hard that I feel to get to that number. I am doing it naturally, eating clean, and I'm not with like holding water. I'm not doing anything strategically with the food other than to try to eat better, and I'm not skipping meals or anything like that. It's give your body optimum nutrition so that it can have proper muscle growth and support recovery from workouts. And that's it, prioritize strength and recovery, and then hopefully weight loss happens as a result. So that's the plan. This would be a good time to remind you guys about a giveaway that I'm doing. Details are in video 198. Off in the horizon, I can see the sun awaits me, and I'm not a fan of that. Today, I'm going to be out in the hot sun a lot, on a parking lot, just standing out there for long periods of time. Not my idea of fun, but that's my journey for this week. So I still have about 15 minutes to go, but I'm going to jump off of here and talk to you guys later. See you tomorrow.